What's good from the city they say is windy? It's the 773 Shinobi, and today I want to talk about Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Just to start off right off the rip, I had an amazing time with this game. I think that it's probably one of the better fighter games I've played within the previous couple years, and I've played Tekken, Invincible versus Street Fighter 6, just to name a few. And I've had a ton of fun. I think it's a great game. I think it's extremely fun. But there seems to be a lot of talk about whether or not the game is difficult and easily accessible for casual players or people who are just into jumping into fighting games. You know, people who love Avatar, right? And looking for a video game that they can play to, you know, connect to their IP. And I want to talk about that. So let's get into it. Now, I might be showing my age, but do y'all remember those 90s toy commercials, you know, from back in the day, right? You would see these kids playing with the toys with these super elaborate sets and backdrops, low-key selling you a dream, but I don't feel like they were selling you a dream. You know, I think that those commercials showed you what was possible. I say that to say that I think that modern day fighting video game developers have done a great job of showcasing their video games on the possibilities of what you can do with these characters in the video games. I don't think it's selling you a dream because everything you see in the clips and the character reveals are possible, but it's up to you whether or not you want to put in the time and the effort to achieve those combos or those visuals that you're looking for. I think there are also games like Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and I'll throw Invincible Versus in there as well. I've done a great job of creating a system that allows people to just get in, press buttons, and do cool shit. At the end of the day, that's all we want to do, right? We want to do cool shit and feel cool while we're doing it, right? Those games, I've done a great job of that. I think what people are feeling here is that with Avatar Legends, yes, you can do some amazing things, right? If you look online, there's plenty of videos of people doing crazy cracked out combos, right? The difference is that those combos require crazy execution, right? In this game, unlike Tekken or Street Fighter, there's almost no buffer for your commands. So you literally have to enter each command at the right frame to even do a combo in this video game. I don't want to get too into the weeds about the mechanics and things. That's not what I want to do here. I just want to talk about why I feel people think it's difficult. Speaking of Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and Invincible Versus, I kind of just want to go over like my short history in fighting games. I've been playing them forever, but I really recently just got more serious about it and like actually being in training mode and actually learning the language and the mechanics of each individual game to be successful in ranked matches. I found that I like the competitiveness of playing ranked and the competitiveness of fighting games. I think it's a thrilling thing. But let's just get into it so I can show you guys, you know, my ranks. So as far as Tekken 8 goes, I really didn't play it that much this season because this year and this season alone, I really been playing Street Fighter 6 more than anything. But in Tekken 8, my highest rank, I believe, is Raijin, and I achieved that with Victor. And I did get to Bushin with, I believe, was it Armor King? With Armor King, and I think maybe Clive. I can't remember. When it comes to Street Fighter 6, my highest rank is with Sagat, which that's the only player I've gotten to that level. Street Fighter 6 is something I recently just got into this year, and I'm at Platinum 1 with Sagat. And with Invincible Versus, even though that's a super recent release, I really didn't play much in this first season 1, but on release I was able to get to Platinum 2, I want to say, just from making it out of the initial whatever you call it, like the ranking that you, I forgot what it's called, placement matches, right? Once you do the placement matches, I automatically went to Platinum 2, but it was a bit difficult trying to get out of there. I was getting stumped a lot, but anyway, so I wouldn't consider myself an expert, which is why I wanted to make this video, is because I'm not an expert, but I'm also not a casual, right? I understand what it means to play the neutral, and learning DPs and spacing and timing. Like I get that stuff. I've been diving into the FGC community for about 2 to 3 years now, and I have somewhat of understanding. I sort of know what I'm doing. I think that some of the casual people or Avatar fans that don't play fighting games are the experience that they're having, right? The negative experience that they're having is that, you know, they pick up the game, they're expecting to press buttons and do dope shit right off the bat. And I just don't think this isn't that type of game, right? There are video games out there that allow you to do that, but this isn't one of them. Of course, they do have auto combos and there's no DP, right? There's no dragon punch inputs. It's only quarter circle forward, quarter circle backwards, quarter circle back for your specials and your supers alike. But I do think that it does take some time to get used to. I myself, I played the closed beta on PS5, so I really only had about 2 days to play it, right? It started on Thursday. I worked the weekend. I worked from Friday to Sunday, 12 hours. So I didn't have much time to actually get into the game. I've had 9 hours total in the entire beta, and maybe 6 of those hours was spent in training and practicing, trying to learn the language of the video game itself. And I'll admit, at first I was saying to myself, yeah, this game is quite difficult, you know. But as I took the time to learn the mechanics itself and not fight against the game and what it wants me to do, I found myself having a lot of fun. I think that once you get into the mechanics of the game, it's almost like a beautiful dance. It's a beautiful game. I think another thing that puts a bad taste in a lot of the casual players, or people who love the Avatar IP, is going online into ranked in a beta that has no matchmaking system, and they're being matchmade with people who are playtesters who, they're gonna stump you. These people have countless of hours of practicing and learning the ins and outs of each individual character. That is their job. They're there to figure out the kinks and the bugs of the character so that the developers can fix things for the release. So that's expected. So I don't believe that people who are casual fans, lovers of the Avatar IP, or just newcomers to fighting games in general, I don't think that it's not possible for them to enjoy and have fun in this game. I do think that it really depends on your mindset and what you expect out of the game, right? What is it saying? Comparison is the thief of joy. And I truly believe that happens to a lot of people when it comes to fighting games who are just entering them, right? They compare themselves to, people who have played for years. Like I did it myself, right? When I first really got into fighting games, I got Tekken 8 and I was like, wait, okay, I'm actually learning here, right? And my first thought was, man, I think I might compete. I did the little PlayStation tournaments and I was like, man, I want to try to go to Evo Vegas. And I was quickly humbled, right? Nothing is more humbling than fighting games. Like they will show you exactly how much you know. And that's the thing I love about it, right? It's real, it's raw. So as I was saying, I think that casual fans, they may need to just shift their focus a bit. Don't compare yourselves to the people who have been playing the game for thousands of hours, right? If you want to have fun, there's story modes, there's casual online matches. You can play with your friends, locally, or your family members, other people that like the game, that, who just want to hop in and press some buttons. Another thing that I would add to that is, don't focus on combos. I think that a lot of people that come into video games, they want to learn these combos and they think that's all there is to it. I learned this intricate combo and that's going to guarantee me a win, guarantee myself a win. And that's not how it works. Anyone who plays fighting games, for a living or competes, they will tell you that the fundamentals are what matters. They change from game to game, but there are like base fundamentals as far as spacing, timing, meter management, frames, right? Learning when it's your turn to attack and when you need to defend, right? all of that stuff, you know, it goes from game to game, you know, but each game has its own unique fundamental that needs to be learned. And I think that if you spend your time learning those things, you would get so much further. So I think casual people need to decide when they buy a fighting game, one such as this one or any of them for that matter. Do you want to have fun or do you want to compete? And not saying that you can't do both. I honestly think that you can do both. But if you just want to have fun, cool. Get in there, mash buttons, you know, go into casual matches and, you know, just have a good go at it. But, you know, if you want to compete and you want to win, I think the first thing you need to do is just really just learn the language of fighting games, learn the language of the current game that you're playing, and focus on your fundamentals. It'll get you a lot further than you think, right? Combos are typically the last thing that you learn when it comes to fighting games. I made that mistake myself. I thought that, okay, I know combos, because all the way back to Mortal Kombat X, right? I was practicing combos and posting them online, and I thought, wait, I know these combos and I should be good. It's not how it works, man. You will get beat out by someone who does what, 3-4 hit combos, but they know when to attack. They know how to space you out, right? They know when to grab. You know, you would get beat by those people all the time. But, you know, that's it, y'all. I just wanted to give a quick 1-2 on how I felt about the game. Again, I think this video game is amazing. For it to be only $30, I think it's definitely a steal. I think everyone should give it a shot, despite, you know, people saying that it's difficult, or the people that's saying that it looks like trash. I don't agree with that at all. I think the game is beautiful, especially once you play it in person. Comes out July 23rd. You know, go ahead and pre-order it if you can. Special edition is like $50. Ooh, excuse me. I would definitely be playing day one. The crazy thing is, man, is like I've had separation anxiety since the closed beta ended. I really didn't get as much time as I wanted to with it, and I've been thinking about it non-stop. And to be honest, you know, you have Marvel Token coming out, what, 2 weeks after that, and as excited I am for Marvel Token, this is the game that I am probably most excited about within the next 2 months. Of course, I play everything, so there's other stuff that's coming out that I want to play, but this game has been on my mind since. Like, I can't wait. Like, I really want to try out Ozai and Zahir, and I'm super excited. You know, let me know what you guys think about the video in the comments. I would love to hear everyone's opinions, whether you're a veteran at fighting games or you're a casual and someone who just loves the Avatar IP and is thinking about purchasing the game. And if you are any of the two latter, I think that is worth a purchase, honestly, especially for only $30. You can't beat that. But till next time, man, y'all take it easy.